Hi, ladies. How is everyone tonight? Just prepping right now. Got my primer on. Gonna put a little tape so I can have a precise cat eye. Oh, that's okay. I think there's a lot of stuff going on this Saturday. Hey, Lynn. Just right now, I'm just getting my face together. I've already put my primer on. As you can tell, I've already done my eyes. I haven't decided if I'm going to do another one yet, but I will definitely let you know if I decide to have one. Okay. My eyes are primed. I started with my primer here, and I used the Milk Mag throughout this area because I'm extra dry. I'm just going to put a little bit of the Mary Kay primer on the rest of my face. And it's also a mattifying primer. Okay. Now we're going to start, as usual, with my transition color. And again, I am using, this is Oktoberfest, and it's from Coastal Scents. And we're just going to start here. I'm starting off with this Oktoberfest. Um, it's close to my skin color, but I'm going to deepen it up. Hi, Sister Deanna. And if you notice, I'm taking it all the way out because I'm going to do a little something different. I'm going for more of a glamorous look tonight. And we're going to go back and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now I've got that color in, and I'm going to go in with the next color, which is called Maroon Berry, and it's another color by Coastal Scents. And we're just going to go right on top of the color that we already have. I'm not going in real deep with it because I'm actually going to come back and blend it out. Now I'm going to take just a regular blending brush and blend those two colors together. And we just continue to blend until we get this harsh line out of it. And now I got a little bit of color with that. Now I'm going to go in with the brown. And this one is also by Coastal Scents, and it's called Chocolatier. Thanks, Selmy. And I'm going to go right above my crease because I have a hooded eye. If you don't have a hooded eye, this would be go right in your crease. And it's not actually dark as I want it. So I'm going to go in and see if this other one, which is called Deep Roast, is darker. I'm just trying to give my eye some definition without using a black. There we go. I don't know if you can really see it. But it was just to add a little bit of definition. The concealer is actually orange, and it's to cover up your dark areas, like up under my eye. And when you put it on, it's still going to be orange. And then you go back over with that with your foundation. And what it does is it makes your skin go neutral. So that when you put your foundation on, it's covering up all your dark marks. I'll show you when I get through with my eyes. So now I've got this on. I'm just going to take my fluffy brush and go back in and blend a little bit. But since I took out a lot of the transition color, I'm going to go back in with a little bit of that. And just blend it out some. And I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Because we don't want those harsh lines. We want it to look kind of flawless. Hey, honey. I am going to do a glam look tonight. Something that I would wear to maybe a Christmas party, a date night, or something like that. See, Deanna, you don't have to use a lot of foundation. Um, we'll have to look at your skin and see what type of foundation that you're using. Foundations work differently. The full coverage is what I use, and you won't have to use but one layer of that, and it covers up everything. If you're not using the right foundation, you won't get the coverage that you're looking for. If you're looking to cover up blemishes and black marks, I would suggest using a medium coverage or either a full coverage. Now, we got this going on. I've blended, and I'm going to go in with the purple because that's my theme of the night. Now, I have a couple of purples. I'm not sure exactly which one I want to use, so just kind of work with me a little bit. And that's not what I want to work with. So what I'm going to do is go back in and use an eyeshadow base. I thought I could get away with it, but I want it to be real bright. So this is my eyeshadow base, and this is the one from NYX, and it's white. And I'm going kind of heavy with it because, again, I do want it to be kind of bright. And you can use a brush or your fingers. I don't mind using my fingers with this because it doesn't leave stickiness to you. It wipes right off, see? But I am going to take my brush, and it has a little bit of product on it, so I'm going to clean it and then just blend it a little bit. Because I don't want it to be so thick that it clumps up with my eyeshadow. So now, let's see if we got some purples that is going to stick. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to try. This is the Juvia's palette, and it's the Masquerade Mini. And I'm going to try one of these two purples. I think I'm going to try this first one right here. And it's called Makita. And I'm just going to take a flat brush like this one and go ahead and start applying. It's not working for me. So I'm going to go to the next color, which is Chai. And that works. I actually blended them together. I don't know if you guys can see. There we go. That's a little better. And I'm not going to do the whole eye because I'm going to go back in with a different purple. And if you notice, I'm going all the way out where my wing is at. I'll be teaching how to do this at my class. And actually at the class, you can bring your own makeup. I will have some makeup there, but after I do my live demonstration, then I go around with anybody that needs help, and I work with you personally one-on-one. All right. So I think I kind of got it where I wanted it. Now I'm going to go back and blend some more. Hey, Miss Deja. Now, this is a liquid eyeshadow, and it's a metallic purple. And I want to try this. I'm just going to see if I can wing it out a little bit. It actually works really good. And we're going to go back here and do the same thing. And ladies, if you're doing multiple colors and you notice one is kind of far, they're not even, don't worry about that. You can always go back and blend and you won't even know the difference. So this is actually my first time using this. So I don't know how it's going to dry. So I'm just kind of fanning it a little bit before I go back in with something else. Because I don't want to smudge it. I'm excited for Saturday. Can't wait to see you guys that are coming. Some of you have already been to my class, like Deja and Selmy. We usually have lots of fun. So it is almost dry. See, just a little bit on my finger. So, and I have another purple that I want to use, I think. Deja, you always hungry, but I love you. And I am making food today. I mean, Friday to start off with. I don't know what my complete menu is going to be, but it'll be worth it. So, I did mess up right here. And I'm just going to take my brush and blend it out. And do the same on this side. No, actually, I just found this at my local beauty supply store. And I love metallic colors. And they were only $2, so I grabbed a couple. Said if I didn't like them, I could always give them away or use them in my classes when I teach. But I actually like it. It's called SHE. I don't know if you can see that. It's right there. Maybe turn around this way. It's called SHE Metallic Eye Tint. So, now, where I went across here, because the purple is so light, I want to go back in. And this time I think I'm going to go in with the black just to deepen this a little bit. Let's see. And for that, I'm going to use this little bitty brush here because I don't want that much black. And we're going to do this on both sides. Actually, what I'm doing is just drawing a black line. And then I'm going to go back in and blend it out. And we're going to do the same thing to the other eye. And don't worry, you'll notice that when you start to blend your colors, you lose a lot of the color. But that's the good thing about eyeshadows. They're buildable, so you can always go back in, and where you think you lost too much, just go back and re-add. So, yeah, I dropped my palette. I mean, my other color that I blended up here, but I have one in this palette that's similar to it. And for you who have not guessed, this is a very bold look. Okay, now I've got that going. We still have to go back in, and I have a light color that I want to use. And since, again, I want this to be a pretty bold color, I'm going to use another cream eyeshadow. And this one is in a lavender. Now I'm going to go in with my Tarte palette. And I'm going to use this light purple here. And it's called Fairy. And we're just going to use some patting motions. So, you can tell right here that this eye with the dark purple wasn't far as this side. So now, to correct that, we're just going to put some of the lighter color on top of it, and we'll blend it out. And we've done that. So then you just take your blending brush and blend. And there you have it. Actually, I went over a little bit too far, so I'm just going to correct that. Deanna, I love bold colors. That's why I like makeup, because I like eyeshadows. Um, Not too often do I do a neutral color for myself because I like the colors, but you can go as bold as you like, or you can even make a neutral color look pretty bold just by adding a little bit of glitter to it, or using a metallic eyeshadow. Um, There's white metallics, there's black metallics, there are brown metallics. I actually have some on order and that I ordered last night. And when they get in, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So while I'm waiting on the darker purple to dry, I'm going to go ahead and do my brow bone. And I'm going to use this color. It's called Peanut Butter, this one. And it's by Too Faced. And this is the semi-sweet chocolate bar. And I'm just using a very little bit. Now, I was asked what highlighters are used for. Um, if you wanted to use a face highlighter, this would be the time that you can put it right up here. You don't have to use eyeshadow. Um, this is a very pretty one. You see the flakes in it? It's real shimmery. You really don't see a whole bunch of color. Now, since I wanted to have just a little bit of color up there, I did go ahead and use one. Um, I don't suggest using a white. If you're going to use a highlight, um, I always suggest using like a cream or something like that, especially if you have black or dark brown eyebrows. It kind of washes you out. For me, I never consider my complexion. Um, I just wear what I like. So I got my cut crease the way I wanted it. And that was the purpose for my tape. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my liner on. Um, and you don't have to use black liner. That's just my preference. At this time, if you wanted to use a white in here, a white will make your eyes pop open. If you have small eyes, which I don't need any help, you would go ahead and use a white liner right here. And then at the back part, use black to blend in with your cat eye. Or you could use any other color that you like. Again, there are really no rules to makeup. Technique is what mostly is taught. You can play with makeup and come up with your own things. And again, with the top eyeliner, you do not have to use black. This has just always been my go-to. When I was young, there's no telling what color I would have put up there. But now that I've got older, I've toned down a lot. So I did mess up a little bit over here. So what I'm going to do is just take my Q-tip and clean it up a little bit. And then this is the brush that I used to do my eyebrows. I'm just going to use a little bit of concealer, the same concealer that I use for my eyes, and just clean it up. Ladies, you don't have to have a steady hand. A little trick that I've always learned is if you're working on the table, put your arm on the table, and it'll hold your arm in place. And all you have to do is just move your fingers. Now, let me clean up the concealer. Okay, got that part done. Now on to the face. I always come back and do my mascara last. So, Deanna, this is what I was talking about. Is this the one that you have? Because this orange go to your problem areas, and you don't need much. Then decide, sorry, I wasn't prepared. I'm sorry, ladies. If you're going to blend it out with a blender, your fingers, or a brush, my preference is a blender. Um, no, they're coming back. With makeup, is pretty much what you want to do. For me, I've always liked platform artistry. That means you can do whatever you want to because you are being creative. I would say if you're going to do blue and greens and you work in a business, I wouldn't wear them. I would stick with traditional black if you work in an office or something like that. Okay, you blend, and it's supposed to be like this when you get finished. And it actually looks like I have on more than what I do. My camera is picking it up and making it look darker. If you feel like you have on too much, you can always dampen your blender, and I'm just going to do it just to show you. And I just sprayed some water on here. And you see, it gets a little bit lighter. But I like full coverage because I'm trying to cover up everything. And I don't want to use a lot of foundation. So, I think I took a little bit too much off right here. Okay, now it's foundation time. And you know what I'm using. This is my Truly Topaz by Black Opal. Ladies, when you're wearing makeup, don't forget your neck. You should have on a foundation that matches your neck. But to make it flawless, go ahead and put a little bit down there. And blend. and you blend it out to your liking. Um, the number one thing that I will say about your foundation is if it's too light, you're going to look real ashy. That's how you can tell if it's too light. If you put your foundation on and um, you notice a big difference, your neck is a lot lighter, then that means your foundation is too dark. If your neck is lighter than your face, you go with your neck color. And me holding my hand up here has nothing to do with, I'm used to having my weave or my wig on when I do my makeup. So I'm just used to holding it out of the way. And I wash my brushes with Dawn dish detergent, just a drop of olive oil and hot water. That's it. You can buy brush cleaner if you like. I found that I have so many brushes that I was going through so much money trying to keep my brushes clean that I just go ahead and use the Dawn. I get the same effect. Dawn has an antibacterial cleaner in it, and that's the one that I use. You can also, before you wash your brushes, spray with a little bit of cleaning alcohol. You can get cleaning alcohol at your, I don't know if you can get it at your local beauty supply store, but I buy it at Sally's. This is a cleaner that I use to clean my combs and my brushes when I do hair. I clean my surfaces around. It's really good to have. If your neck is darker than your face, go down. I always try to get the face and the neck to match. So if your face is considerably lighter, um, if there's not a reason, if there's a reason for your neck to be darker, some women, especially diabetics, they're darker across the neck area, but that's not their natural skin tone. So if that's the case, you have a medical condition or scarring or something like that that makes your neck be darker, go ahead and go with your face, but I'll always blend down to your neck. And for some reason, I'm not getting full coverage tonight. Hey, Daryl, how are you doing? I'm doing good. How's the family? So you are a diabetic, and does your skin change? Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Well, tell everyone that I said hello. Got your foundation together. Now we're gonna go in with your highlight. Even though I am wanting to do a glam look, I'm still not gonna go lighter than 2 shades. Um, Going extra light, it kind of, I don't know, it doesn't set well. It makes you look ashy. And then if you're taking pictures, if you ever take a picture or you're looking at somebody on TV, you'll see a flash in all of this area where you put on your concealer. If it was too light, you'll still be able to see that. Now, you can't see it to the naked eye, but you'll definitely be able to see it if you're under some type of a camera. And I'm going to go a little heavy because I want it to be a glam look. And then again, all you do is blend out. Love you too, Daryl. And ladies, you just want to make sure you're blending really good. The key to makeup is blending. If you learn how to blend, you'll be able to do any style that you want. You can mix colors. If you're not real familiar with mixing colors, sit down and just play. You'll never learn how to do it if you don't practice. Okay, I have blended, and tonight I am going to use my Ben 9 neutral set, which is one of my favorites, and it's white. Thank you, Wee. And I'm using it as my setting powder. And the key to making your highlight pop is this powder. Now, if I was using the Ben9 banana powder, I would be light-handed with this because it gives you a lot of flashback if you're of color. Um, Generally, when I do African Americans, Hispanic, or anybody with color, I usually use my Sacha Buttercup. It's also an orange base setting powder. Here it is. Just like the Ben 9. But it was made for people of color. So you don't get that flashback. Um, for all of you that know me and I've done your makeup, I don't do baking. There's no need to bake. If you put the powder on and then go right into your contour, by the time you get finished, it would have set long enough so that you don't get a flashback. So, and ladies, with your contour, you need to learn your face shape. Contour is to make your face shape go into a more oval shape. An oval shape in the beauty industry is the perfect shape face. So I'm wanting to all of this to be slender. I don't have much of a forehead, but I'm going to put a little bit around my hairline. And you notice it's not as much as the rest of my face. Just to bring back some color. I always contour my nose. And you'll notice that I go all the way in, up under my eyebrows. And that's to make it look more natural. So now, just going to blend. And if you blend outwards, you'll take it to your hairline and it makes it look more natural. If you notice, you take everything outwards. For my nose, I'm going to use this little brush here to blend it out. And my contour is there. And I don't contour my nose to make my nose look smaller. I only contour my nose because I like the highlight, and I want, when you first look at me, that's the first place you're going to look at. I figured that the highlight is for you to notice the special areas, and I kind of like my nose, so I want you to see it. Okay, now, got that done. We're going to go in with our setting powder. So every place that I did not put the light setting powder, I'm going to go in and use my skin tone face powder. And I'm just going to pat it in. I'm also going over my contour with that. Even though my contour was a powder contour, I'm still going to go in. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start to wipe the light setting powder off because I see that it's trying to bake. And the reason that I pat is because when you brush, you take your makeup off. When you pat, it stays there. Now you can see I have some definition back into my face. Now it is time for some blush. I am going to use this color Jezebel, which is actually a can't talk, an eyeshadow, but I really like this color, so I'm going to use it. Gonna go back in with my powder brush and kind of blend it out. Just using the powder that's already on the brush. Now we're gonna highlight and put a little shimmer on this cheek area and all the other areas across here that I put the concealer on. And we're going to use Soft and Gentle, and this is by MAC. Okay. If you think it's too much, and I always do this, you can just go back in again with your powder brush and just eliminate a little bit of that. Okay, got my face done. Before I go to my lips, I'm going to go back and finish with my eyes. Put my mascara on. It's just kind of, for me, it just kind of depends on the mood that I'm in. I usually use something with a gold in it because I have, my skin tone is warm. Um, if I'm going out somewhere and I want to do like a glam look, I'll do something like this one. It has the silver in it, but the base is purple, so it kind of blends into my skin. It just kind of depends on where, again, what kind of mood I'm in, and if it's an everyday look or if I'm going somewhere. Okay, got that on. I actually am going to put some lashes on, but I'm going to do that off camera because I struggle with that. Because I have to be, yeah, I know I can't see, so I'll be out up in the mirror. So now for the lips, this is NYX, and it is called, doesn't have a name on it, but it's this kind of shimmery purple. And it's not going on as smooth as I thought. But I'm going to keep playing with it. And ladies, you don't have to use a liner. I like using liners because I like to use multiple colors. Now, I think I'm going to go in with a darker purple as well. Kind of ombre my lips like I ombre my eyes. But I'm just going to do the corners. Okay, I got those corners set. And y'all, we're going to try this lipstick for the first time. I bought it off of eBay, and from the reviews, it was pretty good. And this is it. It's a purple metallic, and it's called Dilemma Purple. It has a bluish tint to it, but I'm just going to go in the middle. It's supposed to dry and not be able to come off. So we're going to see. I'm actually not really liking it. Let's see if I have a darker liner. Digging in my purples. It was just regular chapstick. Mm-hmm. You put it on before. What I suggest if you have dry lips is to put chapstick on when you're priming your face, um, so it'll have time to work. Y'all, I don't know what to think. I don't think I like it. Yeah, I don't think I like this. So, I think I'm gonna take this off before it dries. They said it don't come off, and y'all, I'm struggling. Ooh, ooh, Jesus. Well, I can tell you, if you're looking for some lipstick that don't come off, ooh, sister, this is hurting. Ah, ooh, don't know that I'll be using that again. So, let's see what I got over here in my trusty lipsticks. Any suggestions on a color to use with purple eyes for a sort of a glam look? Maybe I could do a nude lip. Let's try this one. Don't worry, I'm not going to keep it purple. I mean pink. Let's see. See, ladies, it's trial and error. You might have to go through 2 or 3 different looks before you get what you're liking. Now, since I have a pink base to it, let's see if it'll work. I like it with the pink. Okay, I think I like it. I think it was too much purple for me. It was a little bit overpowering. And all I added was a little bit of brown lipstick. And it's called True Brown by Kylie Jenner. And the pink that I put up under it was called Snob, and it is by MAC. I like the second one too. It's not so overbound. But when I tell you, this lipstick not going anywhere, it ain't going nowhere, y'all. But I will put just a little bit more on so that I can take my pictures tonight and I will post them. Any other questions? Any comments? Any suggestions? I'm all ears. All right. As always, I really thank you guys for watching. You encourage me to keep going when I don't want to, and I thank you for that. For the ladies that will be coming to my makeup seminar, I will see you on that day. Don't forget to bring your makeup. And for those of you that don't have makeup, I will have some. Thank you. I'm going to go in here and put a little bit of Noxzema and some witch hazel, and voila, it's going to come off. I put the tape on right here, right before I start doing my eyes. It's just so I can get that cat eye. I like it real straight. I can do it, but I'm being lazy tonight. I'm just being lazy. But it's also to show you that if you haven't learned how to do the cat eye and you really like it, this is an easy way to do it. Because if you mess up, you're actually drawing on top of the tape. So wherever the tape stops at, that's where your cat eye is going to be. It's almost always flawless. Very seldom do you mess up. Like over here, where I did mess up a little bit because I drew out too far, I just took a little bit of concealer and just kind of patted it on and drew it up a little bit, and voila, it was done. Any other questions? All right, ladies. Thank you and good night.